When it comes to hero collecting games, one major aspect is gearing. Gearing, equipment, you name it, all these type of games have it, and we are assuming Godforge is not going to be missing out. And what I did was a little bit of fun. I went onto Reddit. Yes, I went onto Reddit and I asked you guys to name some of your favorite legendary weapons or relics that you would love to see potentially part of a set bonus. It could be part of an icon with flavor text, but just being included in the game of Godforge. And you guys honestly delivered with a ton of different suggestions for the game. So what I'm going to do is, my justice as a content creator, I'm going to take all of the good suggestions, put them up on screen, and discuss the weapons that you have gone through. So if you enjoy content like this, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe, and let's dive into today's video. So the first set of artifacts and weapons that we would expect to be in Godforge comes in the comment from Souls OG, where he does list a number of them, and we're going to go through them, but we'll go through it in pairs to make it a little bit more easier. So the first two we're going to talk about is Mjolnir and Gungnir. These are both two Norse mythology weapons that everyone, if you know anything to do with Norse mythology, should know, especially Mjolnir being the hammer of Thor, right? And Thor being, it's a symbol of his power, the thunder god, you name it, Marvel's got it. You should know this hammer, right? But Gungnir is, again, something we expect to see in the game, because this is Odin's spear, and we know Odin is already in Godforge, so this is a really good assumption that we might be able to unlock and equip the Gungnir spear to other gods, depending on the artifact or weapon set that they might bring in Godforge. Because you gotta remember, all of this video is just speculation. It's a little bit of fun for us to have a little idea of what could come in the game. The next one I really do want to talk about on there as well is going to be Durandal. Durandal is a really cool suggestion because the Durandal sword is a sword of Roland that was a legendary paladin, particularly in historical figure within the French era. And this is really cool. I like the fact that we're going European, right? It's not just going to be, I would say, go-to goats, right? Everyone knows of Julius Caesar, for example, and even Charlemagne. Some people know of Charlemagne, but they might not know of this officer, right? And this historical sword within that whole story and tradition. So I think it's a really good call with these three weapons on there. You can also see Zeus's lightning bolt as well as Poseidon's trident, and that does get suggested as well later down the line. And we can again imagine to see, I'd hope, Zeus's thunderbolt in Godforge. It could have some amazing sort of, you know, effects. Maybe it's like a chain lightning, where if you do a normal attack, it could have a, I don't know, 10% chance to chain lightning, you know, to other enemies. Who knows, whatever it could be, right? But it'd be really cool to see what you're able to think of with these weapons. So that's the first suggestion. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's move on to the next. So the next suggestion is from Hijo de la Luna 89. I hope I've said that right. I've had to record this about 10 times for that name, but I hope I've called it. And they would love to see, kind of similar to like the Mjolnir, Gungnir, and all these kind of iconic weapons in the God era, Muramasa and Masamune. These again kind of legendary swords within Japan, and like the, you know, the best swords of all time were made by these guys. So I would love to see that these are in the game, and I love the fact that they even add in, because they already see Musashi in the game already as an epic. So it makes sense if you're going in the Kojiki, you know, era and that role, and getting all these different legendary Japanese heroes to include some of their legendary swords from that era and keep it as factual as you can, or as close to the story, well, you know, putting your creative flavor on what it could look like. But I think everyone would love to see that. Let's move on to the next one, because this one was a nice and easy one, and everyone should know Masamune or Muramasa. So the next one is really long, you'll notice, but I'm going to pick out certain points which is really good, because this also mentions the previous sword like Muramasa, and what they're trying to go into is actually taking inspiration from other games that might have taken a similar concept. So again, they used like Final Fantasy VII as a really good example, and I understand what they're talking about because Sephiroth has one of the most legendary katanas of all time, right? One of the longest blades in history, and it's just so iconic to have that in not this game, but the way he's using that as an example, right, of a blade of death, basically, right? And it's really cool how he brings that in with the Monkey King, right, using the Ryo Bang, which is a really long staff for the Sun Wukong. And it's that type of idea why I brought this comment up, and I think a lot of players would enjoy seeing what the devs could think of, right? If we allow them to have Excalibur in the game, which you see King Arthur have, what would the Excalibur actually look like as a legendary weapon that you could have as an artifact to equip to your hero, for example? What would those skills look like? Would the art look completely different to what King Arthur's would? Who knows, right? But it's really cool to see that. And as well, just to finish on the little addition there, talking about Kronos carrying a scythe, kind of like the Grim Reaper, we already see Anubis doing that, which I think, again, a really nice one. But we could see more different types of scythe designs and just styles out there that the creative dev team make. So really good suggestions here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video so far. And again, if you want to participate on this, I will be posting more kind of questions like this on the Godforge Reddit page and making content out of it. So if you want to be a part of these videos, you know what to do. So let's move on to the next suggestion. So I couldn't add this one in because I am honestly a massive Bleach fan myself, and fellow content creator JKG said the same thing, that he would love to see the ability of some sort of swords from animes, right? And they don't have to be ludicrous swords, right? It's just the fact that there is some amazing sword styles out there that even in other YouTube channels like the Forged content, right, they've been able to blacksmith and create these swords in real life. And it's really funny that they're able to do that. And I understand this kind of reach out because anime does have some crazy swords, and we're not saying, look, this is a game purposely on, you know, real kind of god, you know, content, right? We know about the god mythology, the god stories, the historical nature of them and how they've been brought up from in the past to the current day. But it'd be really good to, again, maybe take some of those tales and see how you could swing it on itself and take inspiration from some designs from animes, because animes have some really clever designs with swords that are like chain blades that link together, come apart, that obviously grow in size, ones that are kind of like hooks on top of each other, right? So it's really cool to see how an anime is taking, again, traditional Japanese, you know, sword making to more of an extreme. So really good little suggestion here from JKG, fellow content creator. So big shout out to him. Check him out if you've not checked his content out. So to finish off the video, I'm going to talk about two comments at the same time, because these two honestly highlight for me what I really were looking for in this Reddit post, because one of them brought me back to my childhood, and the second one actually taught me something that I really didn't know within this type of mythology. And the first one is the Pied Piper's flute. Oh my god, I would love to see this. I don't know why, but the Pied Piper's flute. Everyone remembers this childhood tale of the Pied Piper playing his flute and obviously getting all the rats to follow him into the, you know, forest. Later down the folktale, he does the same thing, and all the children obviously follow the Pied Piper into the dangerous wilderness, right? And I absolutely love this because it is a throwback to so many people that honestly probably have forgot that folktale, and just by mentioning it, so many people are going to go, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I don't know how it would get introduced into the game. I don't know if it will be a control resistance or a control buff to a march, if it was, or to a hero, should we say, if it was going to be, you know, a relic or artifact that you could equip to your gods. But I just love the idea. Really good idea here from Tikio 5. Really good. To finish it off, the final one, and this is what educated me, was if you've been paying attention to the Discord, you'll notice the Green Knight leak. And I must admit, amazing. Absolutely amazing design, guys. But what I didn't know was the poem it was kind of potentially from, because here Internet Adventure says Lady Battleaxe Sash. So I hope I pronounced that right. Battleaxe Sash, right? If I said it wrong, blame my accent. I'm English, right? But it's from the poem, and it says Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. It gives death immunity to whoever wears it, and you can obviously have your head chopped off and remain alive, which is kind of cool. And I kind of believe I've heard something similar to this, but I didn't realize it was this sash from there. And I don't know where I've heard this from, but I'm kind of getting re-educated on it, and I love this whole design again. Maybe it's an artifact that says when you have this equipped on a specific god, right? Or maybe if it's equipped to a specific legendary hero that's not a god, if a god would have killed them, guess what? It doesn't. It doesn't kill them for one chance. Like, you get a 1 life immunity with the sash equipped. And I would love to see, again, something on those lines when it comes to these artifacts or legendary weapons that's being suggested from Reddit. And that's going to be today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it on the Godforge Discord, guys. It's been honestly a pleasure to cover in this game. I've been doing kind of news updates as well as guides and just all this type of fun content as well, while we kind of build up the suspense to see some more alpha footage, beta footage, you name it, when we're able to, right? I'm waiting for it just like you. So if you want me to do another video like this, don't worry, I'm going to plan on posting some more Reddit questions for you guys. And if you want to be part of the video, all you got to do is post a comment on Reddit. If it really grabs my attention, you might be in the next video. So with all of that said, smash like, comment, and subscribe. My name is MrSneakyy. This has been Godforge. We've been talking about legendary weapons, relics for Godforge from history, from mythology that you would love to see potentially in the game in some form. So with all of that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. So until then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out. So the next comment is from Hijo della Luna 89. Hijo della Luna 89. Right, let's fucking do this.